Alright, so we have another pile of pocket change, or bills rather, and we're going to go through it to see if I can break my streak of being 0-2 and actually find something a little collectible. So I looked through some ATM stuff the other day, as well as some pocket change at the end of the day after work, and was unable to come across anything super stellar, so hopefully this time will be a little different. Now this one doesn't have a very collectible serial number or anything like that. It's a pretty standard number. It's not overly high in the run or low in the run, so also not a collector there. And the Department of the Treasury Seal and the Reserve System Seal, Federal Reserve System Seal, are annotated in the right place. They're not off-center from the denomination, so nothing really here. Let's move on to a bunch of ones that I came across. Now, when I first looked at this, I was like, ooh, triple eights, there might be something, but not so much. The seal is a little bit off-center. Usually the one is, the annotation of 1 is slightly more centered with the seal itself, so it is a slight off-center, but not crazy amount. I can tell also on this side it's a little off-center because this would normally be a little closer. It does reside higher, as you can see, though. The Reserve System Seal and the Treasury Seal, the Reserve System Seal will sit higher. Now, if we look closely at this first 8 in this serial number, it is a little bit of a heavy print on the ink, but nothing really to call home or collectible or anything like that. It's also been folded, as you can see. So if we look at the reverse, just a little ink smudge here from a pen or something like that is what it looks like. Nothing really collectible there. Next bill has a few folds in it, but nothing too crazy. Now, if you look here, you might be able to see a slight difference, because these are both from the same series. But as you can see, the one on the top, the seal is more in the correct place, so it is slightly over on the bottom, if you notice that. Now, looking at the next bill, almost something up here as far as the serial number is concerned. Everything else, like this one I just showed you, is printed in the right spots here. Nothing's miscut or misaligned. The reverse is pretty beat up, so we'll move on. Next bill. So let's see. Everything seems printed pretty properly. Everything's cut right. Nothing collectible with the serial number. No repeaters. No radars. Nothing really crazy stands out to me. Let's maybe get a little closer there. Oh, kind of a date bill. Wouldn't be a birthday note, but something I refer to as a date note. Because October 30th, 4/11 is a date. I'll put in the description after I make the video, obviously. An important date that was on that date, because that was just kind of fun, and I like that. That's a big aspect to bill collecting for me, is the history, not only behind just an old bill, or where is this, where has George been, but also, for the serial number aspect, if anything important happened on that day, if, say, you found something that's, July 4th, 1776, or something like that, then that would be vastly more important than probably this date, but I'll put that in the description box, so we'll set that one aside. Everything's printed properly on this, however, almost a date bill, not really though. I mean, we have the ending annotation is obviously a date that's surpassed now, but nothing collectible. Everything's printed properly here. We don't have any misalignments or miscuts, no over-inking or over-printing. There's no ink smears, nothing like that, so keep on moving on. Now, a little extra ink on some numerical values are quite common. Same with the letter in the serial number is also something that can be a little bit heavy inked. It's mainly if you have like a major overprint going on, that would be collectible. This is a series 2013 also, as the other previous ones were. This looks like a piece of gum or a booger or something. That's nice. Nothing really stands out on this bill, so we'll kind of move on from that one too. So a little bit of a slight threading smudge right here, where part of the threading they made the bill with just basically connected with that number there, but nothing really crazy there. Everything's printed properly. The seals are annotated properly. Everything looks pretty good. Everything's all pretty symmetrical on this banknote. So nothing there. Look at the next one. I'm itching to find a lot. It's a very good pattern bill. I have quite a few of them, but so far I've been kind of striking out lately. Nothing. That'd be cool if it was a miscut like that, but it's just a folded corner. Reverse. Thing looks pretty standard. It's kind of beat up, and there's a stain right here. We'll move on from that one. Nice fold right here. Somebody was making a paper airplane. This is another Series 2013. Of course, your treasurer and your secretary of the treasury signatures have been the same on each one of these bills we've looked at so far. This one doesn't have a collectible serial number. It's printed up properly. So we'll move on. This thing with bills is a lot of the time the errors really need to stand out to be a collectible thing. So we'll just straighten this guy out. I can already tell it's probably not something we care about too much. A little bit of offset printing here, but nothing collectible. It's actually quite common. Lots of folds and pretty beat up. Gonna gander over this. This is the same series, 2013. Seems like most, if not all of these are. Nothing on this bill that I see. The reverse, kind of smudged up here, generally from sweaty hands or wetness or being in a pocket. Lots of folds. These are pocket bills, so keep that in mind when watching this video. Another series 2013. Now we've got to go through a lot of the different production areas with these different the different seals that we've seen annotated here, so that's cool. At least we're getting ones from all over the place. Little smudge down here and right here, but looks like to be post-production. Really beat up here. So we'll probably pass by this guy unless it's really something just super stands out as a variety or error for us. But it doesn't seem so. It has a little pinhole in it as well. Somebody had that on a cork board at some point. No major miscuts or misalignments or anything like that. The serial numbers aren't jumping out at us yet as far as anything super collectible. Hope it comes up soon though. Nothing really here. Let's see if we can fix this little corner. Of course, like I say in all my videos, condition, of course, with any collectible really has, a lot to do with things. So even if the bill is just an uncirculated bill that's not necessarily an error, then, condition still, if you ended up screwing it up somehow or whatever, or the fact that these are coming out of pocket change is something to keep in mind when assessing value on any sort of error you might come across. Things good here. Serial numbers are good and matching. Reverse, folded. No corner wear on this one, that's nice. A little change of pace. No major date bills other than that one we found a minute ago, but once again, not really a birthday note because it is the year 411, but maybe we'll come across an actual birthday note or something that maybe one of you out there has that birthday. I'll give it away to you. Almost, well, no. I was going to say a trinary, but not so much, and way too beat up to really do anything with. Nothing here that I see, also very beat up. We'll move on. Some of these, of course, the condition's just so far gone, I'm not even really going to look through it unless it has a major error going on, which would be just very self-evident right off the bat when we looked at the bill. Almost another ending date bill, but not an actual date bill or birthday note. Another series 2013. Everything looks good there. A little heavy inking on the 6 here. It's cool as sometimes with these notes you can, if I want to find a few where you can flip them and read the numbers both ways, it'd be nice. I have one of those with a sequence of ones. It's also a block repeater, so that's a good one. Everything's lined up here. Seals are annotated correctly. No major misalignments. On the Coin Opp Facebook page, a couple of people over the last few weeks have found some really good misalignment errors, so definitely follow the link in the description box and check our Facebook group out. I think at this point we're over 6,000 members, so I'd love for every one of you to join in and post your findings, ask questions, you know, help others learn stuff that you've learned, and just kind of grow the community. It would be awesome. Nothing jumping out so far other than that first bill that we found. Misalignment. Here we have a $10 banknote. Series 2009. You can see a lot of the differences in counterfeiting measures and stuff like that they've done with the bills over the years. This one has a little bit of a highlighter mark or maybe a counter stamp mark. It's also really thin, like it's been in through the wash a couple times or just gotten wet in maybe a pocket or something. Nothing there. Now what is this? This looks like just a regular good old-fashioned smudge mark from crayon or something like that. Moving on. I mean, kind of another date bill, 12/10/768. I'll find a date for that and put it in the description box too, so we'll hold on to it, although the condition's not so great on this one either, but I like just collecting date bills, but I'll have to look it up and see if it's actually a notable historical date, and you know, but it is just $1, so hey, whatever. We'll set it aside. Nothing really wonderful there. Let's see if we got anything worth looking at here. There's actually a small ink smear here that's doesn't seem like a foreign substance, so I'm going to put that under a scope and I'll get back to you guys on that with this smear that runs from here to here in the background of the annotation on the back of on the reverse of this bill. So we'll get back on that one. So really the only two, we did find some minor date bills today in our little search, but nothing really majorly collectible. I have a couple trinary notes I'll show you in another video. Actually, let me see if I can grab one and I'll show it to you in this video to give you an example of earlier today I came across a trinary. So this trinary note I came across right before I did this video. And I was just getting food earlier today for lunch and found this in my change that the young lady gave me. It is kind of beat up and stuff, but I just think it's cool. It's a very, very good trinary note. It does have a nice little block here. So I wish it was I was hoping that it'd be 553225553. Would have been a little nicer or something to that effect, but still a cool trinary note. So that's a good example there of just a regular old dollar banknote with a trinary serial number. So that's another good one that we found outside of these two date bills. And so at least I'm breaking my streak a little bit, albeit nothing too crazy. But at least I'm, you know, 1 for 3 in finding some collectible banknotes while searching through pocket change. But if you have any questions on the value of bills or something that you found, definitely post to the Facebook page or ask them here in the comments below, and I'd love to answer them. And I will see you guys later.